Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. UMG Dallas State #2 kicking off today. And we've seen some pretty good games thus far. Of course, Pink Wall, team of YouTubers, sadly unable
it was such a mess. Oh my
to
goodness.
continue their spree, double first rounded.
I got to tell you, that series actually brought me physical pain. I didn't know
Jack
how to react
loved
to.
it. Jack
I don't
was
know.
loving it.
He was having fun, and he was having the time of his life watching Legion hover around everywhere. When I saw him try to go for the hover suicide throw, I didn't know what to think from there. It was a bit of a mess. But guys, we're getting into Faze versus Mutiny map number 3. It's going to be comeback Uplink. We saw Faze take those first 2 maps in a very flashy kind of fashion, right? We saw 50 bomb, 40 bomb, almost another 40 bomb from Enable. And for the S&D, we saw a 7 kill streak out of Zuma. Hopefully we can see a nice showing from Mutiny as well to give us a good series.
Looking at Enable early on, it seemed as if Mutiny were trying to pick up that drone, head bottom middle, try and make an early 1-point play, but it's Enable who has that drone in hand. Going to be pretty weak. Opts to just throw it into the enemy base, picks up 1, and he did have a teammate trying to hit that flank. I think that was actually Zuma, and there it is, Zuma picks up the drone. 2-point play, phenomenal start for Faze.
Zuma is so well known for his flanks. He just flanks at every single opportunity. Sometimes it gets predictable, but right there, playing against people that just don't see it coming. There were 2 people in the way, and he still was able to get right through his Mutiny players.
Really just sink that
now we're seeing a 3rd point. And you know, both of those points happened when Mutiny was still in their base.
Yep. Attach just basically jumped over the wall, was like, hey, see you later. Don't even worry about it. Clay now has the drone. He could force a 2-point play, and he's going to do so with ease. And Mutiny need to stop the bleeding. We're a minute in. Already seen 5 points. Of course, at 10 points, the clock is going to stop. And Faze are completely ready. If Zuma can hit this pass, there's the first one. Enable's going to have to try and hit a pass now as well, because there will be a Mutiny player chasing. In fact, they don't even need to. He's going to jump in for 2. With a minute, 5 seconds gone, Fox. Faze are 7-0 up.
This is ridiculous. We could very easily see a mercy rule within the first few minutes of this game. We're not even going to make it to 5. Can guarantee that right now. But just as we say that, we're seeing Hallie neglect for Team Mutiny, sinking the first point for his squad.
Yeah. Finally puts a stop to that bleeding, and got to give Mutiny
some credit. On a 4 kill streak right now, too.
Able to completely wrap around the outside of Faze's base. Just had to give up a couple of 2-point plays there. They were getting spawn trapped. They needed to get away. Nice plays coming from Reviction there as he sinks another 1-point play. So now just a 5-point game. But honestly, the damage has been done early by this Faze squad.
Yeah, it looked like we actually saw Neglect trying to set up for another throw opportunity, but he was cut short, and Lyric in the exact same fashion. When you have players sitting top blue, it's going to be really hard to make those plays. So, look, there it is. Zuma jumping right off, getting that easy kill. Clayster is going to be taking the drone through green, worst part of the map to be in. He knew it, and that's exactly why he's going to fall.
And unfortunately for him, Neglect is going to be there. He tries to go for the 1 and connects. I believe that was Attach who thought about maybe going for the interception there, but just decided to focus on the kill instead. More than happy to give away just 1 point. Enable now with the drone. Zuma's going to be going for some spawn killing. Enable very weak, will drop, but it's going to be all down to the Demise to clutch up. He's going to be unable to do so. Attach jumps in for another 2-point play. And with 2 minutes, 40 seconds left on the clock, Faze are 1 point away from stopping the clock, and Attach doing such a good job of just spawn killing.
Yep, just 1 more point here, and we're going to see a mercy rule come into play. Attached looks like he wants to be the person to do it. The 360 dunk. There it is. Now, Mutiny only has 2.5 minutes to answer back and make something happen here so they can stay alive in the series. Otherwise, FaZe is knocking them right out.
Yeah, Reviction at 3 and 10. He's somewhat struggling. Then Demise 6 and 9. You got to look at Lyric as well, 6 and 8. No one really from this Mutiny squad putting up big numbers. And I have to ask you the question, folks. 2 minutes, 33 seconds left. Is this game over?
It's most certainly over. When you have a dominating side like that, it's really hard to completely just choke the second half. I don't see FaZe making that sort of a mistake. I mean, really, for Mutiny, the only person that's been doing too much this half has been Neglect. He was on a 4 kill streak, got sucked 2 points for his squad, I believe. Yes, 2 points, but he's 7 and 10 at the top of the scoreboard, so that can't be good for the rest of the team.
Enable now trying to add a little bit of flair to his play. Goes off the wall. Unfortunately,
no,
misses.
This is going to be an alley-oop, I swear. I saw it in his eyes. He's setting that up. But look, we're seeing Neglect taking the drone again. He's going to actually decide to keep it and play it through green. What do you think about this play?
I mean, I think he tried to pass that missed. I mean, when you're down 11-3, you have to try and make plays like that, I guess. Unfortunately for them, I don't think this one is actually going to work in their favor. Attach has the drone now. He should be able to get that one somewhat away. Unfortunately, he does fall, though. Zooming out for Faze, looking at just trying to slay around the outside of the drone. And that really is the big difference from what I've seen so far at UMG between kind of the top caliber teams and the kind of semi-pro teams somewhat, is your semi-pro teams will go directly at the drone at all times. Your pro teams, they're going to push past the drone, no matter where the drone is, whether it's at its reset, it's irrelevant. As long as it's directly in your base, they're going to push through the drone, slay out, and allow that last player to pick up the drone and then try and make a play with it.
Uplink is one of those game modes I don't think we see pro teams lose often or even come close to losing often to amateur teams or up-and-coming teams. I mean, obviously there are exceptions such as TR and E6, but those are anomalies, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I don't see this map going in Mutiny's favor at all. But hey, we still got a minute of Call of Duty left. Attach is putting in 2 more points. That's 15. It's looking impossible for Mutiny to come back from this.
Yeah, I mean, that's such a big gap now. 12 points in 59 seconds. I don't even think that's mathematically possible. Enable, he's going to be able to kill, especially with, Faze with so much control. Right now you do have Demise with the drone, but it's looking like Mutiny's start to pool play isn't going to be a pretty one. So they're going to go down 0-1 for their games. Of course, we'll keep you updated with all the pools as the open bracket teams have all been. I think all the open bracket games. Oh, sorry, all the open bracket teams are now in their pools, correct? The 4 from pool play.
I want to say that's true. I want to agree, but I don't quote me on that. But yeah, just make sure you stay tuned to the UMG Gaming Twitter. I'm sure the UMG Events Twitter. I'm sure we got lots of stuff coming out there as far as updates on the matches go. But guys, obviously, I mean, you can see it from the very first minute and a half of the game. This map is very easily going to go to Faze, as is the series.
Yep. With 13 seconds left, that is going to be GG. Congratulations to Faze, who actually remain undefeated in any maps. It's going to be 9-0 on map count, 3-0 in their pool, and honestly, looking very, very dominant.
Could we see a repeat?
Maybe we do.
Yeah, Cali, they were 12-0 at
12-0. That is true. But you heard Clay say he's feeling very confident. Thinks that this Faze team really can take up the gaming, Enable looking out with a little bit of a grin on his face there. 18-12 performance from him this map. Phenomenal play from Faze all around, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they're definitely looking strong. Performing as expected against an amateur team. Uplink was extremely one-sided. I think a lot of people would predict the hard point once we saw these players heat up early. I think that was our first match of the day. When we saw them heat up, they really took it and carried it away without a problem. But guys, we're going to go straight to the analyst desk here, see what they have to say about this series.
Hello and welcome to the analyst desk. It's interesting, that game, because it wasn't. It's the easiest way to put it. It wasn't a great game to watch. It was very much by the numbers, what we were expecting. I don't know what you thought of it, first thoughts.
I mean, I know Mutiny had a good chance. They had a pretty good win in the first game that I watched them play in, but utter domination, I guess you could say. Faze just looking so strong.
It's one of these things, right? You talk about Faze, they're an elite level team. There aren't that many of those. Very rarely will they get beaten. You don't really expect the underdog to come through. They didn't. It was just that. The entire game could be summed up by saying Faze are better, and there's no doubting about it. Mutiny didn't really play, bad, but they didn't play great either, and you need to play great to beat Faze.
Right.
Going through the maps, let's talk about Hardpoint. It's Retreat, right? And Clay loves that map. We've seen him drop like a 55 in it before. It was a 52 he dropped this time. It was obvious. I mean, every single member of the team put up numbers. It was a very kind of by the numbers. For me, it actually was quite a low-tempo game, and the highlight of the entire game was just Clay seeing if he could get the 50 bomb.
Right.
And for that to be a highlight of a game, just kind of shows you what kind of a match it was.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at this Faze team, you look at their squad and you say, who's going to go off? You really don't know at times. You look at Clayster, you say, that guy, he's dominant. He's one of the best battles we have in the game. And, speaking on Clay, it's just, 52 kills. I think that's the first 50 bomb we've seen in the tournament that's been recorded.
I think Aqua may have dropped something earlier.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah.
But still, Retreat Hardpoint, very, very solid game for Faze, finishing that one 226 to 125. Clayster dropping 52 kills, and Zuma, I believe, also had 46. So
yeah, it was like I said, it was an obvious game.
Yeah.
You kind of tell the entire way through. Like I said, it wasn't that kind of exciting. You said the only time the crowd even got into it was near the end, with seeing whether Clay could do it. And on an 11 streak at the end of the game, we knew he was going to perform well on this map. He's done it, through countless tournaments. Very few pros can stop him. Maybe like Formal. I've seen Formal and him go head-to-head on that map multiple times. And it's a great spectacle. That sadly wasn't. Moving on to the Search and Destroy, Mutiny had a good chance. Fluff the first round.
Yeah, like you mentioned, fluffed the first round, I guess, and started off, Faze did 4-0. I thought it was going to be a sweep. I thought we might even see a 6-0, kind of like a skunk, I guess you could say, for Mutiny. But responded back with 3 rounds, had some good moments, but Faze just too strong. I just wrote down too strong on notes, man.
Like I said, it's kind of similar to the first map. The messing up of that first round was, for me, I was sitting there going, after they did that, I'm like, probably going to be a 6-0 now.
Yeah.
They had the opportunity. They come off a big hit. If they got that first round in the S&D, maybe they got a little bit of momentum behind them.
Right.
I mean, they would have been up, 4-3 after those rounds if they had won it. and they'd be like, you know what, we're in a really good place. They didn't, then they proceeded to keep dropping rounds, and you actually saw FaZe just focus up after they dropped 3 and go, right, okay, let's sort this out, let's fix this. They did, and they're doing exactly what they needed to do. This was almost a warm-up for them. It was a stroll. And that's the only way you can do. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, Mutiny put in a good show, because it wasn't a good show.
Right.
It was what was expected of them. And you can't say, oh, could have gone either way. It didn't. It was a very, very clear-cut game.
Right. I think I actually had the pleasure of casting Mutiny a little bit earlier. They played Relapsed, and they actually had to forfeit their first game. And they came back in Search and Destroy so strong. That was definitely their only opportunity that they had to, to even compete against FaZe. For them to drop, 6-3, unfortunate, but still that was their only closest game. But coming in to come back Uplink, which was the last game, finished 17-7. FaZe just had to close it out, and they did it pretty well there.
Yeah, I mean, when that half ends at 2:33, and they were just relaying, you're sitting there going, well, yeah, that's pretty much done. FaZe probably could have ended that a lot sooner with a lot more points. But it was comfortable. Actually, I believe they took their feet off the gas. It just looks like they were fine with it. Or like there was no real pressure situations, very little control from Mutiny anywhere on the map. The points they did get were kind of the standard ones they get, where they get a little bit of control and they push, and then, you know what, straight away FaZe come back and they would score 2 or 3. And
right.
As I said, analysing that kind of a game is always hard, right? Because you're sitting there going, well, what are they doing wrong? Nothing. They're just not good enough.
Right.
And that's it.
It's unfortunate. FaZe is just such a strong team. I believe they're 9-0 in map count right now. That's pretty scary to say the least. Every other team in their pool right now is probably, fueling up, ready for their game, and have to focus up. If you want to beat this FaZe team, you have to be in full force. And, they're going to shake some heads, I think. Yeah,
listen, FaZe expected to win. I would have put 3-0 on them.
Yeah.
For Mutiny, you even saw at the end of the game there, pretty much the same way I was feeling. They didn't actually have their heads down, and they shouldn't, because they didn't, nobody was going to walk and go, oh, we should have taken it. No, it was what was expected of them, and they can walk out of that booth still proud that, they played to the best of their ability, and they tried their best. But, no, very few teams would beat FaZe here, and that's what everyone's expecting.
Yeah, it's just a learning experience. You're going to face off against good teams.
That's exactly what it is.
Whether it is a loss, but you can take it as a win. You only get better by playing teams.
It's one of those games you just kind of put to the back of your mind and concentrate on the rest of it. Exactly. You have to play them again later, then you go, right, well, let's see if we can actually take some force to them. But FaZe doing exactly what we expected.
Yeah, kind of sad, 3-0, but like you said, Mutiny had some really good moments, and I believe Reviction had some good moments there as well, but like you mentioned, FaZe ending off 3-0. I'm not really sure what game we have up next, but
I think the schedule is changing ever so slightly.
Okay.
It is changing ever so slightly. But that game will be up right after this quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you soon.